Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 photos that flipped people's lives upside down. You've probably had your photo taken before, whether it was at a sporting event, class picture day, or even a selfie. You likely thought nothing of it at the time, but neither did these people until a photo of them changed their lives forever. Let's get it on. But first, subscribe to Top 10s and press the notification bell too. Coming in at number 10 we have HIEDI Yeah. This woman is a model from Taiwan. She worked in the past for KFC and a few Japanese beauty brands. However, in 2012, she was asked to do a photo shoot for a plastic surgery clinic advert. The advert showed 2 beautiful parents and 3 children who didn't look like the parents. The caption of the advert said, "The only thing you'll need to worry about plastic surgery is explaining it to the kids." Now, this was just supposed to be used as a jokey ad for this one plastic surgery place, but it soon spread online after the agency HIEDI worked for sold it to another client, and it quickly went viral. People actually began accusing HIEDI of having cosmetic surgery herself in real life. She was also upset that some people were making fun of the kids in the ad, as they'd been photoshopped and didn't really look like that. It was later used by a big Chinese newspaper for a fake story about a husband who became suspicious of his wife after she gave birth to kids who looked nothing like him.
You are fake news.
HIEDI says she now can't get to sleep and often cries as the image has ruined her life. In 2015, she said she was suing the agency who took the photos for turning her life upside down. She says she has to deal with a lot of gossip about her now, and the boyfriend even broke up with her after learning about the image. And she says that worst of all, she no longer wants to be a model, which was her passion. Do you feel bad for HIEDI here? Next up is Peter Norman. This is one of the most famous images of all time. It was taken at the 1968 Mexico Olympics and shows American runners Tommy Smith and John Carlos. They'd just won medals at the 200-meter finals and decided to use their time on the podium to stand for black civil rights. This is what made the image iconic, but what about the awkward-looking white guy on the left? Well, that is Australian runner Peter Norman. He wasn't doing the fist with Tommy and John, and because of that, many thought he was against the movement. Because of this, he was even left out of a statue honouring the image. Really though, he was wearing a civil rights pin and told Tommy and John that he supported them before the race. And the black gloves that Tommy and John wore were even Peter's idea. However, the image ruined his life as his friends and family who didn't support civil rights turned their back on him. He then became very sad and retired from running shortly after this. However, Tommy and John maintained their friendship with him and were even pallbearers at Peter's funeral. Next up is MEGHAN Smith. Becoming a successful actor is very difficult, and it can be hard to get your face on big TV shows and movies.
You're goddamn right.
Well, there is one woman who's appeared in No Country for Old Men, Modern Family, Married with Children, Dallas Buyers Club, and much more. However, you don't know her name. You see, her face is on the prop newspaper used by all Hollywood productions. The prop was made 22 years ago, but is still used now. It's become a bit of an in-joke for Hollywood producers to all use the same newspaper. And the funny thing is that nobody really knows about the woman on it. The newspaper's headline reads, "She's the third brightest, but hard gal to see." The headline and writing is meaningless and repeated. The model in the image is Megan Smith, and she probably is the most famous never-named actor ever. Next up is Alex Lee. The name Alex Lee might not ring any bells and just sounds like the name of the kid next door. Well, that's because it is. In 2014, a random Target worker became super famous thanks to one single tweet. A girl named Abby tweeted a photo of Alex Lee, who was her Target cashier when she was shopping. The image was captured, "Yo, she thought Alex was hot." Twitter agreed, and her tweet went viral and was soon picked up by the press. He became famous despite just appearing in a tweet. He was even on The Ellen Show and just about every news channel in America. Alex now occasionally posts YouTube videos, but is his 15 minutes of fame up or not? Next up is Zeddy Little. From this list, we've seen that if you're good looking, you can become famous. However, this one is a little different. A few years back, an image was posted to Reddit by a guy saying he was photographing a race and accidentally captured the most photogenic man ever. That man turned out to be Zeddy Little, who is an avid runner. Will King, who captured the image, made it go viral, and a few days later, Zeddy commented on a photo of himself which was reposted to Facebook. He said, "What the? I'm officially famous." You may think that's an overstatement, and so did he at the time because he was joking, but he didn't realize how big this would become. He was soon on the news and in magazines and had thousands of modeling agencies wanting to sign him up. This guy just proves that literally anyone can become famous overnight for the most random things. Next up is ALLISON STOKKE. Sports people are often seen as role models, but sometimes they go viral. For example, Usain Bolt's famous laughing photo. However, in recent years, ALLISON has gone viral. You may not know the name, but you've definitely seen her images around online. She's from California and is a professional pole vaulter, however she's not famous for her pole vaulting. She's mainly famous for being one of the most attractive women in sports. She's gained a huge following, which has led to her hanging out with stars and even doing commercials with brands like GoPro. She became a viral sensation in 2007, over 10 years ago, but she's just as relevant today. It looks like ALLISON isn't going anywhere for now. Well, except maybe over a vaulting bar. Next up is Jeremy Meeks. Getting arrested would be terrible, and what could be worse than your mugshot being seen by your friends, family, and strangers? Well, while this would be awful for most people, it turned out to be pretty awesome for one guy named Jeremy Meeks. He's from Santa Monica and in 2014 was arrested for stealing. He had his public mugshot taken just like any other criminal. However, his mugshot went viral and he was nicknamed the Hot Convict. Women were blown away by his bright blue eyes and sharp jawline. In 2017, Jeremy was out of prison and walked the runway at New York Fashion Week. He's now left behind a life of crime for a life of modeling high fashion. Talk about a career change. Next up is Carly Phillips. If you like online memes and have done for a while, then you'll be familiar with the sheltered suburban mom meme. It's a meme about something a middle-class mom would say. But who is the woman in the picture? Well, she's actually famous in her own right. She's a novelist who writes romance novels you pass by every time you're in Barnes & Noble. She didn't understand memes at first, but has now accepted that she's a living meme. However, she says she isn't sheltered and is actually a cool mom who lets her kids stay out late and watch R-rated movies. Even so, she has got the look of a sheltered suburban mom. Next up is Kyle Craven. You'll hate picture day at school, as it may be a bad picture. Well then, what could be worse than your bad picture going viral? This happened to Kyle Craven from the USA, who's known better as the meme Bad Luck Brian. At first, people thought this was simply the worst class picture ever taken. But later on, Kyle did an interview and admitted he was actually pulling a funny face to troll his school yearbook. He rubbed his face to make it red, squinted his eyes, and puffed out his jaw. His principal was mad when he saw what Kyle done, as he was the class clown. Well, I'm sure his principal never imagined his joke would be so epic that it would break the internet forever. Next up is Chloe Clem. It's every little girl's dream to go to Disneyland. Or at least that's what Katie Clem thought back in 2013. One day in 2013, she surprised her kids by telling them they were going to Disneyland. She wanted to record their faces light up when she let them know. Her oldest child, Lily, who was 10, was very excited and began crying tears of joy. However, her 2-year-old sister Chloe was less than impressed. This image went viral because of her less than happy reaction to something most people love. And later on it was used for other things like ads and reactions to things like tweets to show confusion, making Chloe viral before she even had a phone. Check out the poll in the top right corner to vote for the most amazing image on this list. And be sure to check out my second channel too. There'll be a life hack video on screen in a minute, so click it to check it out. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.